Music makes a comeback, how Hudson's Bay High School is bringing its music program to a full crescendo after it nearly sputtered out. And that's not just drums you hear, it's the sound of learning, the one-of-a-kind drumline, and how it's helping kids reach their goals in school. Plus, as fall sports roll around, we'll take a look back at the construction of a Vancouver landmark, the famous Kiggins Bowl. Coming up on a musical episode of Snapshot. Welcome to the show. I'm Elena Buller. We're in the music room at Hudson's Bay High School. This room is seeing more students than it has in years, thanks to the efforts of its dedicated staff and students. Let's learn more in our Snapshot. The music department has 3 teachers who have worked to boost enrollment in band and orchestra. Over the past 4 years, the number of students taking music has more than tripled. Joining me now to talk about what's happening here at Hudson's Bay High School are teachers Mike Meskel and Robin Sunderland. Robin, guys, thanks for being here. When did you first start teaching here at Bay?
I started in the fall of 2010.
And how was the program when you came through the doors?
It was fragmented and kind of dormant. There was definitely a culture that was sort of unorganized here. There were lots of musicians, but they needed new restructuring.
And Mike, when did you come in?
Fall of 2011.
Okay, and by that time, I mean, what were you noticing the same things?
Yeah, it was a very small program. It was very young musicians who had different levels of playing abilities. The average ended up being roughly about a 7th grade level playing, and kids that sort of just needed direction and a way to develop their musicianship.
So it's come a long way. Can you guys kind of tell me a little bit that? Where are you now?
Our numbers have definitely improved. We've went more than tripled our numbers in the band program. We're up to roughly about 95 musicians.
We started with 14 and we have 60 now.
Okay, and how did you get kids how did you get those kids to come in, and how do you keep them here? I mean, how do you keep them involved and excited about the program?
Well, we have a really fantastic feeder program, and all of the middle schools have band and orchestra as options in the school day, so that helps us a lot. I think that the important thing is to prioritize connections with the students first, see them as people and make that connection, and then offer your music to them, and they will interact with it. So far as retention, we do a lot of creative planning with scheduling, making sure that they're getting their graduation requirements met, and making sure that their time at high school is really intentional, that they're not signing up for random classes, that they're accomplishing things that they want to do, because this isn't preparation for the real world, this is the real world.
Go ahead, yeah, if you want to add something.
A lot of building relationships with the students. Robin kind of talked about that, and also building relationships with our peers and our colleagues. Working with everyone else in the building actually helps quite a bit, and really pushing to foster a culture of success within the program, and that really keeps kids engaged and keeps them coming in the door and keeps them staying in the program.
It's like it takes a village, right? It's not just you two, so you're saying it's a school-wide, community-wide, I guess. Mm-hmm. And that brings me to my next question. You do a lot of community service or your kids do. So can you explain some of that, and why do they do that, and how does it help in music?
Some of the things that we do for community service actually is service through their musicianship.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Getting out and getting community-based performances. While I'm all about community service, it's really great when we can use the art that we're creating as the community service itself, and having them perform in a variety of places, and also getting them out there throughout the school, throughout the district, mentoring younger students, volunteering places, and just sort of building up things and paying things forward that way.
Well, the kids must like it because they keep coming back. And what's some of the feedback you're getting from the kids?
Well, they request additional community service. They
That's
want to perform, they want to volunteer in other schools. The high school structure, you've got freshmen coming in at age 14 who are playing music with students that are 18 years old and preparing for college auditions. So all of a sudden they went from 8th grade, I know what I'm doing, to wow, I'm in the big leagues now. And there's a real culture of peer teaching and inclusion, making sure that, okay, I'm a more experienced student, I'm going to catch you up why do we do that only here? We should go to the other schools and do that as well. So we volunteer with the middle schools. We do concerts together. We volunteer with the 4th and 5th grade elementary programs. And then it becomes kind of a family thing. And you just move up, and you know who's waiting for you when you get
like
to high
the music
school.
family, right? That's cool. And so that kind of creates, I mean, it's more than just teaching. You guys, you're talking about getting them ready for, they're making sure they're, signing up for the right courses and doing all this kind of stuff. And it's become kind of a safe environment for kids. Can you kind of talk about that, where kids come to why do they come here? I mean, it's not just the music.
I think we prioritize advocacy first. So no matter where you come from, your basic needs need to be met. And this is a safe place where community is prioritized above all things, and that allows us to really focus on enjoying the music. It's not a competitive environment that drives people out. It's a competitive environment that encourages each other to work and collaborate and get better. And I think that when you have that safe place that you return to year after year after year, you're able to relax and really focus on your learning.
And focus on the music too, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And it also creates a community within this music room here with each other, and gives them something to feel good about what they do, and that gives them more reason to want to be here and feel safe about being
I mean, what
here.
do the kids tell you about that? What are some of the stories you hear? Or
We
just
have
comments?
We have a variety of kids who they're here before they have to be. They want to stay longer than they have to be. They volunteer. They do much more than you would imagine a teenager would do, because they just want to be here and want to be involved and feel that this is a safe place to be.
Can you talk a little bit about the summer program with your younger students? Either one.
We're lucky because the Vancouver Public Schools has invested money into summer arts programs. So it's not just music. Luckily, they've had other arts that they're advocating for. And both Robin and I were involved in the music programs. And so we had
Over the summer.
Yeah. So we had a band and an orchestra camp over at Discovery Middle School this summer to sort of reach out to some of the younger students.
What was the feedback like from that?
It was a good experience, and the kids were pretty fired up about it, pretty excited about playing music.
And so that kind of does that drive you as a teacher? I mean, making you even more, involved when the kids are that excited?
Yeah, you definitely take their energy and go with the momentum. You never want to be trying to fight things in the classroom. It was the second summer that we did it, and we had high school students come volunteer to work with these students, and some of them were doing teaching as preparation for their senior projects.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
So you've got 16, 17, 18-year-olds going in to work with 4th through 7th grade students, and they're working on being teachers. They're learning how to lesson plan. They're learning how to break it down. And then it was really cool to see in the fall, those students who had helped out in the summer, they came back and they just started applying those skills in our rehearsals at the high school.
So that helps. So why is it so important for schools to put the money and the effort into the arts in not just music, but all the arts in high school and schools, I mean, in general?
And this is my personal belief, and I think that the arts are an important part of a comprehensive and full education, that it's part of building a whole person. Not to mention students who do well in the arts and excel in the arts oftentimes do well in their other classes. There's a lot of skills that we teach here that are not even necessarily music. They learn it through music, they learn it through rehearsal, but they're basic life skills.
It's
that
a
they can
conduit
take.
almost.
Yeah, and learning how to work through things, how to break down a problem, how to apply themselves, how to take things to the next level, how if they don't understand something, how to get answers to things. And those are things that they learn especially well in arts classrooms, as well as really just rounding out themselves as a complete person.
And Hudson's Bay has a wide range of socioeconomic situations. Can you talk about how music kind of brings everybody together?
Well, I think music unites people across time and culture. So at all times in the world, we've had languages and we've had music. We have birthday songs. Every tradition, there's music built in. If you come from a strong foundation where your basic needs are taken care of, the music program allows you to build on that foundation and hone your problem-solving skills, helps you work with other people, develop your skills for life after high school. If you come from a place where your basic needs aren't met, that's where we start here, and we make sure that you're taken care of, and the students seek out one another, and it's almost like they're saying, hi, I see you.
It's kind of like a great equalizer. I mean, it really just touches everybody in a different way. The kids are competing at local and state levels, and can you talk about some of the successes you guys have just had with competitions?
Some of the big stuff is getting the kids to get out there and try new things and compete and perform at various levels. If you try your hardest, you perform at a competitive level, and you don't succeed, it's still a success simply by going out there. And I try to encourage
doing
that.
something that you're afraid of doing or something you haven't done before.
You can always learn from that. So I try to encourage that, and luckily we've started to have some success with kids actually, not that music is about winning.
Competition.
It's not about competition, but it's not a bad thing to occasionally take home a trophy. So and
Makes you feel good.
Yeah, so that's something that's started to happen here, and we've had a little bit of success with that here.
And it's not the focus, obviously. Obviously,
No.
you have other focuses.
It's a nice outcome.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Do you have anything else you want to add about your program? Just that you love it and it's awesome?
We do love it, and it is awesome. It's a good place to be.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. One of the program's most successful individual performers is Dylan Freeman. Dylan, who graduated last spring, won the state championship in guitar, playing a classical piece. When we interviewed Dylan in June, he credited the teachers for inspiring him and giving him the freedom to try several instruments before he found the one that he was best at. Joining me now are some students in the program. Guys, can you introduce yourself? We'll start with you.
I'm Lane Lampkin. I play violin.
I'm Sergio Espinosa and I play violin.
I'm Maya Goff and I play violin.
Here specifically at Hudson's Bay, how has it changed since you first started?
Well, it started out really small, but it's kind of like a really big community. Like, it doesn't matter how many people, everyone knows everyone, and you can talk to them even if you're not in the class. Like, at the time, if you want to go up to them at lunch or something, you still have someone you can talk to because you can relate over something.
It gives you buddies outside of class, yeah. Why did you, how's it changed for you?
Oh, well, at first I'd always be the kid that kind of doesn't say anything, sits back and does his work. And now, everybody in the orchestra talks, and I get along with everybody. People I would never think I'd be
talk
friends
to
with,
even.
yeah, or to talk to or even know. I didn't even know they existed, and then now I would protect them,
Nice, nice.
Well, orchestra has always been my family, and I've always felt like I belong with everyone because everyone has music in their life, but in orchestra I can actually call that my home, and everyone's just so friendly.
That's wonderful, and it's important to have that, especially in high school, have a place that you feel comfortable and people you can talk to, and that's great. And why do you continue to play music? What is it about music that draws you to it?
It's just it's something you can be passionate about. It's fun. It's fun, and then when you do really good at it, it feels nice. It's like you can do something really well.
Especially when you practice.
Yes.
And then you practice really hard for the section you want to achieve. It's a good feeling. I don't know. I'd always think about playing guitar and it's a string instrument, same as a violin. And I picked up the ukulele and
Could you play?
yeah, I play. And well, at first I didn't, and then I had friends here teach me and then I started singing this year, so it's really fun.
You're branching out.
Yeah, branching out because of orchestra.
Cool. And why do you continue to play music?
The achievement. I really think that everyone should get involved in music because, well, for me, I just love playing. I love talking with people. I love just having some piece. We're working on a piece right now that's really hard, and just everyone practicing and everyone trying to work together. I just love it.
Well, that's kind of what the orchestra, I mean, you're all playing together. I mean, it's like playing as a team. You got to do it. Cool. Well, thank you for being here. Do you guys want to add anything else about your teachers or Hudson Bay and the program here? No?
It's just awesome.
Cool.
It's great.
The band and orchestra ensembles offer performances a number of times throughout the school year. The online school calendar lists those, and to see them, go to vansd.org and look up Hudson's Bay High School. You can also catch the replays of most of those performances right here on Comcast Channel 328, produced by video production students at Bay. Starting with pots and pans in the kitchen, most kids love to bang drums. And as much as it may annoy mom and dad, it turns out all that noise can actually set a child on the path to success. In our Snapshot profile, an after-school program that's helping students get in the rhythm of learning. The sound is unmistakable. A couple dozen drummers perfectly in sync with a wild man setting the beat. It's loud, it's fun, it's one-of-a-kind drumline. The percussionists are students from 2nd through 12th grade. That wild man is Ed Esparza.
And what I do is I teach them how to use the drums as a tool so they can reach whatever goal it is that they want to do in life. And hopefully that includes post-secondary education, meaning college.
The drumline began 11 years ago at King Elementary with 7 students and some refurbished drums. Since then, it's grown to include dozens of kids every year.
And when I started to play the drums, I was like, this is awesome. And it's just really been my passion ever since.
The drumline plays high-profile gigs all over our area, including halftime shows for the Portland Trailblazers. But their favorite performances have a deeper purpose.
We do so many different events like Race for the Cure, Camp Agape, stuff like that. We've done Walk for Diabetes, Walk for Psoriasis. All of those things have a really big impact on our lives, and it's great to be around our community and being able to support them.
The real focus of the drumline, though, is developing successful people. It starts with responsibility.
It really is just up to the kid to make the commitment to be there and choose to be there mentally and physically, and also to make the commitment to not just come to rehearsals but also practice, and that's a huge commitment.
Selena Zaraya joined after her sister went through the program.
What made me want to join it was the sense of leadership that she began to have and responsibility. I really saw that it could be have a big impact on my life itself.
My favorite part of the drumline is just getting to see the kids grow up.
It's not just Ed who notices how the drumline improves the lives of kids. This summer at the annual Beaches Cruisin', Beaches restaurant owner Mark Mathias and a coalition of local businesses presented the drumline with its own custom van.
So we literally had it staged to where they're playing, and the kids saw it roll in before Eddie did. So the kids are kind of eyeing the truck, and then Eddie was done with the song and he's looking at me, is that it? And he still doesn't see the truck behind him. And it was great because I finally just said, Eddie, you need to turn around. And then his reaction to that was just incredibly moving.
It's crazy. We were all in tears when we got it. It was crazy. We've been working for this for as long as I can remember.
Now the drumline can not only store and transport their equipment, they have a mobile billboard and a backdrop for their performances.
When the kids roll in, it looks as good as how they play, and it looks as good as how it makes them feel.
With the van in place, and with each graduate who drums his or her way to success, the program draws closer to its goals. In that way, the drumline is just like the students, always reaching for something better, beat by beat.
Life has options. You can do whatever you want in life as long as you go get that education, as long as you pursue your goals.
If you want to learn more about the One-of-a-Kind Drumline, head to their website. It's oneofakinddrumline.com. You can also like the Drumline on Facebook. Now it's time for our Snapshot flashback. Today we're going all the way back to August 13th, 1933. That's when Vancouver landmark the Kiggins Bowl was dedicated on the grounds of Leverage Park. The stadium, which is still used by district's football and soccer teams, is named after longtime Vancouver Mayor J.P. Kiggins. He raised a controversy almost from the start after the stadium was opened, when he tried to start dog racing next door at Leverage Park. In 2011, the field at Kiggins Bowl was named after Gary Boggs, a longtime Fort Vancouver football coach known for his success on the field and in mentoring young people. If you want to learn more about the history of Vancouver Public Schools, head to www.vansd.org. You'll see a link to the district's interactive timeline on the bottom left-hand corner of the homepage. That's it for us. Thanks to our guests today for joining us, and thanks to you for watching. Until next time, I'm Elena Buller.